You know, Nintendo's been accused of a lot of things over the years. Not making enough stock for its new products, for example. Relying on the same old IP. Violating EU law.
Norway, as in the European country of Norway, has accused Nintendo of violating EU law. The Norwegian Consumer Council has criticised the Nintendo eShop policy, which prohibits users from cancelling their pre-orders. The store has a flat all sales are final policy, which is laid out in Nintendo's official terms, including sales of digital software and pre-orders. The council says such a rule is flat out illegal and violates the European Union Consumer Rights Directive. They actually sent a letter directly to Nintendo asking them to either clarify how to cancel digital pre-orders or add a means of doing so as quickly as possible.
Under the EU's Consumer Rights Directive, brought in 2011, consumers must be able to cancel any online purchases and receive refunds within 2 weeks of said cancellation. There are some exceptions, but online retailers are ultimately expected to let users cancel their purchases. Nintendo's competitors Microsoft and Sony, and even third-party publishers like EA and Ubisoft, all let purchasers cancel their pre-orders and get refunds. The Norwegian Consumer Council says Nintendo is the outlier. Quotes, even with prior consent, Nintendo cannot prohibit the consumer from cancelling or withdrawing from a digital contract before the launch has begun. Nintendo support pages say quite clearly that the company is, quote, unable to provide refunds or exchanges for mistake purchases. That includes pre-orders. The Norwegian Consumer Council is now demanding an explanation. So Nintendo are in trouble here. This is quite serious, and if a European country says that something defies EU law, the whole EU, or every country in the EU then is kind of party to that, I guess, because they fall under the same rules and laws. So Nintendo have to respond to this. They haven't responded as of the time of recording. If they do, we'll add it as a comment or to the description. But they are in trouble because it seems ridiculous, right? You can't cancel it even if it's a pre-order. I mean, you haven't had the game yet, so surely you can do that.
It's horrible customer service is what it is. You think of the likes of Steam and even Origin, you can refund games even 2 hours after starting to play them now on these platforms. But Nintendo, they're like stuck in the ways. They've always been like that, haven't they? Stuck in the ways. They don't roll with the times. They just keep things how they are. In this day and age, to not provide any sort of service in this way, it's abhorrent. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Just get with the times, dudes. And Gabe Newell's son has been speaking in the news this week saying that his dad's company is shite. Well, no, he didn't say that, but Gray Newell, who is now a game developer as well, says he wants to see Valve push it with more of their ideas. Quotes, the people there are the smartest I've ever met, the hardest working, the most inspiring. The culture at Valve is a very good one, but they've kind of found this point where they're a working machine, and that's good, but I think they should reach out and do something scary. Gray says he knows what Valve is working on at the moment and how they're going to begin pushing things, but he says he wants them to push the envelope. The child of GabeN says Valve's resources are, quote, mind-bogglingly enormous, but he hopes they find the courage to throw it at something new. So this was an interview that Gray Newell did with a YouTube channel. I forget the name of it. It's like Valve Network or something like that. But it's the very first time we've even heard that Gabe has offspring, and apparently he's making games now, and he comes out and says these about Valve, how they're really clever, but they're just happy with what they're doing and they don't want to push themselves. And for somebody of his inside knowledge, who's obviously walked the corridors there at Valve and met the people, for him to say they should be pushing themselves, I mean, I think that's great. I mean, Valve have obviously got loads of money. They could be doing so many great things. They've produced so many great games in the past. And funnily enough, another bit of nugget of information that he revealed in the interview was that the baby monster thing at the end of Half-Life 1 was based on him. So he is the big bad guy.
Some claim to fame. It's all extremely biblical, this, isn't it? Considering that people think that Gabe Newell is God, Lord GabeN. This is the Son of God. He's the chosen one. Jesus Christ, the Redeemer. Gray Newell, everyone. He's going to sacrifice himself. What did Jesus do? Can't really remember. He's saved. I'm not a religious man. But
oh God,
Gray Newell is going to save gaming. That's my takeaway.
He sacrificed himself for our sins.
He's pushing the Lord to forgive humanity. Is that it?
Let's move on quickly.
Elsewhere in the headlines, Burnout Paradise Remastered was announced for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. The console versions drop on March 16th, with a PC version to follow later. The news was almost instantly dragged down by the game's official store listing, seemingly showing the game having in-game microtransactions. Fans spotted the words in-game purchase is optional, and of course, they were not happy about that. The game will include all major DLC, but fans worried the game's time saver packs would be sold on as microtransactions. However, EA community manager Ben Walk took to Twitter and reassuringly said, "Pitchforks down, please. The store listing for Burnout Paradise that mentions in-game purchases optional is an error. There is no microtransactions or any additional paid-for content." Pitchforks down, please is a great start to any community management tweet.
Yes, the EA community manager characterising the whole of the internet as some sort of mob that's coming to get him. That's not great, is it?
You don't get to make that joke after Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think is the But I guess they are in the right here. They're saying, "Oh, hang on, don't worry."
Hold your horses would have been a good expression. Pitchforks down. It just makes it just kind of, I don't know. It's another jab at the community again.
It's worse, if anything.
Also in the news this week, it emerged the Switch version of Payday 2 will be a whole year out of date on Nintendo's console. Fears emerged online that the co-op bank robbery game would be an older version on the Switch after someone streamed the game online. Based on the info from that stream, players feared the game would be below version 124 of the game, but with updated graphics. A post raising these concerns appeared on Reddit titled, "Please do not buy Payday 2 for Switch. It's a severely outdated version. Do not support the developers." Well, Polygon actually got in touch with Payday 2 publisher Starbreeze, who said, "Payday 2 is releasing on Switch with content up to and including the Most Wanted update, which is equivalent to the content released through mid-2017 on the PC. PS4 and Xbox One received one additional update after that, the Master Plan update, which released near the end of 2017, so Switch is one update behind other consoles, which are slightly behind PC." But why? Starbreeze said, "To get the game out in early 2018 on the Switch meant that our team had to go with the content ported and available at the time of console submission. Starbreeze say the game will be updated with more content after it launches on February 27th in the US.
It's quite a weird situation now. There's three basically different versions of this game. One that's on PC, which is the newest and best and most up to date. Then you've got the PlayStation and Xbox versions, and then behind that you've got the Switch version, which is actually the newest version. Yeah, it's a strange situation, and if you're playing on the Switch, you've essentially got a worse version. They say they're going to update it after launch. Go wait and see, I guess.
Whatever version you're playing of Payday 2, it's representative of the platform, right? PC's better than consoles, and consoles are better than this. Am I right?
It's like a prove me wrong vibe. And lastly in the news is a weird story about a naked man who let an opposing team win a game of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for some reason. Players Rob113 and a friend were playing a duos match and got down to the last 3 players. One more kill and they win the game. But they had no idea where the last opposing player was, until a voice startled them out of nowhere. "Hey guys, you can go ahead and kill me. I don't care." They were being spoken to by the last player, who was laying on the ground behind them, hidden slightly by some tall grass, his character almost completely naked. "Actually, you know what?" he said. "I'm just gonna die from the wall." He got up and he ran into the blue smoke and died.
Like a true hero, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like I like the attitude of him though. It's like he's a chancer. He's one of them guys who's trying his luck. He's not good at fighting. He'll just. I've seen videos before where someone just like, oh, it's like a Twitch stream, wasn't it? And the Twitch plays where they just had him crawling and he ended up being third, the character, because Twitch was playing it. But this guy, he knows he can't compete. He's 2v1. He's got no equipment. I just like his attitude. He's like, just go ahead and kill. No, hang on. I'll do it for you. See you later. And turns off and walks away like the true hero that he is. Resigned to his fate, just walks off into the sunset. I love it.
He didn't have a gun, so there's nothing he could have done about it. He might as well have just given it to him. I like the fact as well that it was a bit of like a Rambo kind of moment where he's actually right behind them. Like they can't find him.
He's that stealthy.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm right here. You can kill me if you want." That's the ultimate victory. He really won that match.
Yeah, he's the winner. We all know that.
So that's the Sunday news roundup for this week. What do you think of that Nintendo story? Do you think you should be able to cancel pre-orders? Surely you should be allowed to do that, right? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this every day. Check out that video right there, right now if you want, and the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.